And I wanted to address your question about what is our recommendation, and I'll base my answer on my participation and evaluation of the various options as I know them. They're not definitive, but as I see them, the LA County option is has a lot of unknowns because we don't know how big it will be and we don't know who will be participating in it. Garrett mentioned it could be a slow-moving process. I would expect a JPA with a very large number of members may vote on directions that are different from what we're asking council to vote on. So those are some of the negatives. The South Bay Clean Power, we being staff have been interacting with South Bay Clean Power for almost 2 years and have spoken with many of the representatives, staff members, and council members of the other cities, and we found that the majority of that group, if not all of that group, generally align with the goals that we've enunciated today.
And we saw them at the League of Cities in that meeting that you and I went to.
In Long Beach, yes.
Yes, so, yes, okay.
Yes.
So now I know what you're saying.
So, again, that would be a JPA, we would be a voting member, and we wouldn't have total control. The benefits of those two things are that Santa Monica would be a member of a group with very limited risk to the city. If we were to become our own CCA, we would have obviously much more control over the revenues from that and what we could do with it. We would also be assuming a level of risk. I've spoken to a number of people in the community in the last couple of weeks who are strongly recommending that we pursue that path. What I've been telling them is I wouldn't recommend to City Council that we pursue that path right now without spending more money to evaluate what levels of risk there are to the city, and we would essentially be assuming a new business enterprise on the part of the city. So that will require additional staff time, additional funding, which ultimately you would anticipate would be covered out of the revenues from that business, but that's a significant effort. So that's different from joining a JPA. So
What's the investment? If you have if you were going to do your own CCA, what kind of investment is it?
Right now, what Lancaster Clean Energy is offering, they're asking for $77,000 to basically conduct a feasibility study, and then a smaller ongoing fee for them to manage it. So it's a relatively small amount of money. I believe Hermosa Beach has invested about that much to do a feasibility study and are going down the path of starting their own CCA.
And is it Culver City? Are they the ones that already are down the path? It's not?
No.
So, I mean, we've gotten emails about...
It's Hermosa Beach.
Okay, it's Hermosa.
Yes.
But they haven't started yet?
No.
Thank you.
Sure.